And on behalf of the Perry Area Chamber of Commerce, Rawls County Historical Society, Friends of the Carousel, and the City of Perry, we'd like to welcome you to the Perry 4th of July celebration. Today we have many guests that are joining us that once called Perry home. We have people from California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida that we know of. So welcome home. Today marks one of the best days in Perry's 148-year history, with the return of the merry-go-round for the first time in 51 years. This was a staple of the Perry Picnic from 1942 to 1963 and left Perry in May of 1966. We'd like to welcome all the people who have put time over the last month and a half on this project. All these people that are on this carousel have done one thing or another to make this happen. So please give them a round of applause. There's some special guests that we'd like to welcome today. First, we have one of our former owners of the Mark Twain Amusement Company. He's on the back side, Marvin Hodges. We also have Kathy Allen. She's the daughter of former owner Bob Allen, all the way from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that we welcome two veterans from Perry, from the Missouri Veterans Home in Mexico, Ed Parks and Ralph Omer. We'd also like to welcome former owners from Montgomery City, Bill and Mike Auckley, also Chris and Beth Kite, and their son Gage and Connor. They owned the carousel, you'll find out here in a few moments, in the 70s and early 80s. We're also welcome to have Peggy Forrest. She is from the Faust Park Foundation, and they are the current owners of the carousel. They're from Chesterfield, Missouri, and we want to give a great big thank you to Faust Park for allowing them to loan us the carousel through our 2016 sesquicentennial. Now, most of you probably have heard about the carousel forever, but I want to give everyone a short, brief history. The full history is available at perrymissouri.com. But this is an 1898 model Armitage-Spillman carousel. It was built in North Tonawanda, New York. And the carousel was originally powered by a two-cylinder, double-stroke Armitage-Herschel steam engine. The engine is equipped with a coal-burning vertical boiler, and today the carousel will be operated by that steam engine, but by compressed air. It features 24 rocker-style horses. About 20 of those are the original horses from 1898. It also features 4 chariots. The chariots depict fairy tales, including Mother Goose, the Hunter, Sinbad, and Little Red Riding Hood. Also, originally a steam calliope was featured with the carousel. Today it's on display at the Faust Park's Carousel building at Faust Park in Chesterfield, Missouri. The carousel was sold to the IWF Lodge here in Perry. The Lodge operated the carousel at the Perry 4th of July picnic from 1942 to 1956. The carousel was sold then in 1956 to the Mark Twain Amusement Company, a group of 5 men from Perry, including E.D. Long, Marvin Hodges, F.W. Cuda, M.D. Akers, and R.W. Allen. In 1959, the carousel was operated at the Mark Twain Shrine in Florida, and it's also made stops in Platte City, of course here in Perry, Florida, and Mount Pleasant, Iowa. In May of 1966, the carousel was put on loan to the National Agriculture Museum in Bonner Springs, Kansas. And until today, that was the last time it had ever been here. It was then purchased by the Aukleys from Montgomery City, and it was in complete disrepair. They restored the carousel and eventually sold it in an auction to a couple, Carlos and Judy Sardina from Warrenton, Missouri. It ran at Union Station in the 80s, and then it's went on to the present owner of the Faust Park Foundation in Chesterfield, and it's ran outside at Chesterfield until 1992. So this is the first time the carousel has officially been on display and available for rides since 1992. We have a proclamation from the city. Yeah, boo, that's right. It says, whereas children to adults will once again create memories this 4th of July with the return of the 1898 model Armitage Spillman merry-go-round, built in North Tonawanda, New York. And whereas the once steam-powered merry-go-round was a staple at the Perry Picnic from 1942 to the early 1960s. Whereas Missouri's oldest carousel features 24 hand-carved horses and 4 chariots. And whereas the return of the merry-go-round would not have happened without the leadership of Ron Leake, the president of the Rawls County Historical Society, the Friends of the Carousel, the Faust Park Foundation, and the dedication of many men, women, and children. Now therefore, I, Dustin R. Wasson, Mayor of the City of Perry, Missouri, hereby express our deep appreciation to everyone involved who made the return of the merry-go-round a reality. That's signed, my name, July 4th, 2014.
People have contributed time, money, material, and everything else, and there was a great fellowship from the Pew community in doing this. This is not just for 1 or 2 people, this is for the whole community. And you can stand out here and see what the results are. People who've come back to Perry to visit and see what they rode on as a child. So this was not an individual, this is a group. And I'd like to thank every one of it did anything to do this. We couldn't have got it done. Somebody either had the time, the ideas to do it, and this is what's made it complete. So I want you to give applause to the whole Perry community for this.